Yeah, let's go to Drew's house and see what kind of trouble I can stir up. All the salt off the roads, or I should say the rain cleaned all the salt off the roads. All right,
Shitbox Doug here.
Shitbox Doug. Drew was kind enough to donate the 350 from his dad's old truck for the wagon. I'm not going to go LS this time, at least not yet. Nah, probably not. So what's the story behind this thing? So you know more than I do. I mean, we're going to dig into it and we're going to have a peek-see with the crank and stuff.
Early 70s block, if I remember right, out of a truck. Heads are 76cc to 194 heads.
Smog era heads, nothing fancy. I'm not looking for a lot of power.
It's got an Isky cam in it.
Super
I think, what was it, like 420 or 440 lift or something like that?
Something small.
Yeah, it was in a truck. It looks to be rebuilt. It looks all brand new, but the bearings were wiped on it. The bearings were down to copper. Motor made what sounded like a lifter tick, and I tried adjusting the valves when it was in my dad's truck, and it made no difference. And it always had a little bit of a mist to it, so we decided to pull it, and come to find out the bearings were down to copper, even though the engine looks like it was just rebuilt. So
it's got a Summit or somebody knock off. Who makes this? U.S.
China.
Oh, it's got a U.S. patent on it, though. Oh, this is an Edelbrock, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Where?
This is an Edelbrock insignia right there.
Really?
Yeah, this thing. Look, it's a 2101.
So why isn't that stamped anything?
It's shaved. Look, it was smoothed out.
Oh, really?
Some hillbilly had a lot of time on their hands. That's an actual 2101. Hey, thanks, Drew.
I want that back now.
Oh, good. Well, yeah. Indian giver. All right, so we're going to get to it.
Got these things. Got this thing with these crappy bolts in there.
You ain't got no impact no more.
Yeah, I got no impact on that.
An electric one, just a bzzz.
No.
So your dad, did he include the rod bearings, or we don't know?
I don't know if the bearings are in there or not. Probably not.
Yeah, look at the pistons. Yeah, this thing was not, it's not that old. The journals aren't bad at all. I mean, you see anything crazy?
I mean, here.
I mean,
I feel that.
I'm a scumbag. I'd polish that out.
This one too looks a little
scuzzy.
It's starved for oil for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean, I just feel look at that'll rub out. The bear? No, he didn't include the bearings, did he?
No. It's got some rub on those cylinders.
Yeah, there's so little rub, but I mean, can you feel it? You Scotch-Brite them, it'll be all right.
I can feel it. Yeah, it's scoring. It's starved for oil.
Yeah, something happened there. She was a little thirsty.
Either overheated or starved for oil.
Is she showing any bluing on the
Here's my light.
Where's my light? Oh, I got the old Streamlight stylus. I don't see any bluing, do you? You don't see bluing, I'm not worried about
That's
it.
a new rod.
That's a new rod? Like brand new, or is that...
I think so.
I don't know, that looks chewed up. Does it look like it's spun there where your thumb's at? Look at that.
It could have been honed, it could have been resized.
Yeah, I'll have to put a mic on it.
Because it's crossed.
That's got cross hatch.
Yeah, I think it was honed, because the lines go like this. So that might have been honed.
Yeah.
Bearing still on there?
Yeah, it's here. Let's put her on a bench and give it a little.
Chevy 350.
And it's got some contamination. For a motor that, how many miles? Not probably many. These bearings are garbage, dude. It's definitely got contamination. These are king bearings. 10 thousandths under. Yeah, this thing was 10 unders. Let's look at that thrust bearing. That's the one that's going to show the most. Oh, I gotta get the oil pump off.
Sounds like it's working.
So it got starved somewhere. What is this? Is that weld or some brazed?
Yeah, that's weld, so the
I
pickup
thought.
will fall off.
Well, maybe it's just Oldsmobile because I thought the high volume pumps had a bolt-on style pickup. I didn't know if small block Chevys were just pressing. You can tack them. Okay. Olds has them where you can bolt them on. All right. So you've come to the conclusion the rod journals were taken 10 thousandths under as well. All right. Cylinder's got some scoring.
Sure is. Sure is. That one right there.
Let me take the. We'll pull the heads off there in a minute. I mean, it's not like I'm building a. You know, we're talking about a $600 car here. This is the Isky 256 Super Cam. It's a good RV cam. It's perfect for what
Super cam.
it's perfect for what I'm doing. Like, they ran good oil in it. All the lobes look pretty rock solid. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't see any of the lobes being swiped.
it's- no, this cam's in good shape. Journal's good. Not showing any serious marring. Cam's perfectly serviceable. It looks like it's ground on a 112. 256 Super Cam. It's a good torque cam, good towing cam. Moment of truth. Is that seal still on the crankshaft? Because it's Pops must have taken it out. Definitely has some contamination, in my opinion, which doesn't mean diddly squat. I don't think the block was cleaned worth the damn. I mean, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of oil stuff on there, but that's metal getting in there, steel getting in there, tearing it up.
Not good.
And they put a high volume melling pump in it, which is probably nothing wrong with the pump, but that could have been painful. You get your big light? Oh, yeah. Bearing looks chewed up.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely contamination. How them cam bearings? Yeah, them cam bearings. That's just markings from the cam coming in and out. That's fine. Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
They got them lined up. Someone installed them right.
Yeah, it's just not good cleaning practice. I'd still run a hone through them cylinders. 30 over. Run the hone through it, give it a good bath, polish the crank, slap her together. I don't like them plugs.
I don't hear.
I don't like that. That's probably low on oil pressure. Was there gauge in Dad's truck? No.
Factory.
Was it working? Or didn't pay attention?
I would always.
Oh,
do this shit.
typical GM
Like mine does in my truck.
Floppy cock. Alright. Oh man.
What'd you forget a bolt?
Yeah.
Thought you was ready for it to come off, huh?
What's going on here? Oh. Did you glue the damn thing?
See if you forgot the bolt on the other side too.
Probably.
No, you got it.
Ugh. I just want to see what they... I know I got the number 2 oil ring on there, but it's square enough. Dude, look at this gap. You can... So this piston's got some scoring to it. That's definite metal contamination. It's got starved and little heat, but because it's free, I don't care. I'm probably going to run it anyways. The rock's nice on the piston. As long as the cylinders aren't egg-shaped. It's pretty square to me. Look at that gap. That gap is still way too stinking big. I'm going to go with 22, 22, 21, 20. Let's go back to where I was. I got 41 thousandths worth of feeler gauges here. Oh, I got that light.
Yep.
It's tight. 40 thousandths. So I'm taking the pump apart. It's a Melling M55HV. Why would they put a high volume pump in this engine? It's almost like it always had an oil pressure problem and they're trying to do a band-aid fix. I don't know.
I think people just buy them because they look in the Summit catalog and go, ooh, high performance.
Yeah, you don't need them. I'll be honest with you, a little bit of Scotch-Brite to the... I know that sounds so hillbilly, but just to clean the bearings up. The mains are almost reusable, but I'm not going to reuse the mains. It's not the right thing to do. I want to pull the oil pump apart, and I've noticed one thing. The bolts are metric. Why, oh why, Melling, would you use metric fasteners on an American engine, on an American-made pump? Unless it's an imposter and it's really a Chinese pump with an American casting on the side. USA China. It's bearing material or what? That's just from the weld, when they welded it. No serious wear. This pump's almost reusable. I mean, we'll test it on the stand before I do anything with it. It's not like I'm gonna... Had metal going through it, dude. Unless I'm just being... Unless it's just from the grinding and the... whether it's machined. What do you think? Does it look like metal contamination?
Let's see.
That's just how they machined it. It's not terrible. Well, you look at the center here, was like it's almost like it was polished, like it had like metal in the oil.
Huh.
Let's look at this side. It's got some marks. Marred. See it? Yeah, just a few things. This thing's got an 8-inch balance, or 350 does. And I mean, this engine had a lot of evidence that it wasn't assembled correctly. I mean, it had some pretty decent machine work done to it, but there's a lot of details missed. I mean, the balancer, the bolt holes were stripped out, and on the carb pad and the intake manifold, the bolt holes are stripped out too. I mean, you got to be pretty silly to strip those out. So I'm going to address this before I put it back together.